Here on GoPSUSports.com with ESPNW's Laura Gentile. Laura, obviously such an exciting event tonight, but being able to come to a campus like Penn State, what's unique about what the student athletes here have to offer?
Well, I'm not just saying this because I'm here, but the spirit at this event at Penn State was amazing. Like usually by 9:30, the athletes are kind of fading. No way. Like the energy just kept ramping up throughout the night. So I would say that was really impressive. How engaged all the students were, how well dressed they were. I think that was kind of mandatory. And then just the spirit. It was great.
Being able to go around from campus to campus, how important is kind of, spreading these messages and connecting and collaborating student athletes with their accomplished alumni?
It's really important because many of us at the ESPNW level anyway, at ESPNW and ESPN, we played Division I athletics. And so we understand the pressures, the uncertainty, how it's difficult to transition into college and then transition out of college. So it's really been a pleasure to sort of share some of our learnings and especially bring back alumni, because I think it just resonates more with the students when it's somebody who walked in their shoes, like went to the creamery,
Yeah.
stayed at, played at the rec hall. So it just resonates that much more when somebody kind of really had the same experiences as you.
Speaking of rec hall, you got the opportunity to hang out with Russ Rose today, women's volleyball coach. What can you say about his involvement? I thought you mentioned today in your early remarks, that he's really been a champion of ESPNW from the very beginning.
Oh, from the very beginning. One of the first things we established when we started establishing the business was an advisory panel, and Russ was a part of it from day one. Our biggest event tends to fall right in the middle of volleyball season, so he hasn't been able to join us in person as much as he'd like, but he's always been there whenever I've needed a sounding board. He's always offered up opinions and, more importantly, sort of a support and enthusiasm. But he's so accomplished, and he has such a great sense of how to lead young women and what young women need and how to be empowered while also being a great team player. It was wonderful just to spend some quality time with him today and have a little ice cream as well. A little creamery action.
Ah, that's the best. Did you get to try his flavor?
You know what, he was telling me about it, but I went for the happy, joy.
Always a good selection.
Amazing.
Thinking big picture, looking back on this event, what do you hope that student athletes can take away from an event like this?
I just hope they have a realization that they don't need to have it all figured out, right? I mean, we're very ambitious people. We're Division I athletes. You want to feel like you always have a plan. You always have a goal. It's always crystal clear. And on some level, this event is to say, if you have uncertainty, it's okay. We've all been there. And to give some real practical tips to sort of how to get that focus back, whether it's interning or whether it's how to build the right resume or how to use the available alumni network that you have at your disposal. Just trying to be really practical and hopefully a little motivational for these student athletes to say, okay, these are the steps I have to take to find my next path.
Well, thank you so much for your time. Certainly appreciate it.
Thank you.